Oh, yeah. You gotta excuse my choice of music today. I listen to all types of genres, but sometimes this reminds me of my mother's generation. Anyhow, okay, people, I did a great reading this morning, and it took me hours to pull those cards together. And nobody watched it because it must have been just too long, and TikTok didn't circulate it. It was just so insightful, and so I made such a connection this morning and just didn't go anywhere. Regardless, I decided to do another reading this evening, and we've got the Ten of Swords here, and then we've got the Three of Swords, and then we have the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Then we have the Four of Pentacles, and there's a story here. Okay? Capiche? Capiche. Hold on a minute. Okay. This is a story about somebody who has had an external force, and I feel as if it is a triple alliance. A few people come against them in order to pretty much take them out. And it's an absolute ending here, and it's not by choice. And then we have the people who are the source or culprit of this ending kind of governing. They've got a stronghold here, and they've aligned themselves in a manner so that nobody could come against them easily. However, to their dismay, there is a Knight of Swords in the mix. And this Knight of Swords knights are usually like an energy that comes in and out of a situation. And this, in combination with the King of Swords, is telling me that the King of Swords is setting things into motion here. This is an individual who is taking control, and this is a divine male. He is taking control, and he is sending his troops out in order to take care of this triple alliance, because they are destructive. They are a destructive force, and they will injure people and harm the lives of innocent bystanders in order to achieve their goals. They have to be subdued, and this King of Swords and this Knight of Swords energy is going to take care of that. This person, for some reason, reminds me of Donald Trump, and no one likes to get into politics, and neither do I. I don't need a left-right wing debate. However, this Ace of Wands is about new beginnings, entrepreneurial beginnings, business beginnings, passion, lust, intimacy on a more lustful type of path or type of stream. I'm trying to prance around this word. Basically, SEX. Okay, that's what that stands for. If you notice, the stick that the man's holding is erect. Regardless, hopefully TikTok does not censor that. The point is that something really bad's happened here, and multiple people position themselves in a manner in order to end or destroy somebody or something. And as a result, this King of Swords and this Knight of Swords have moved into the situation in order to seek retribution and create a new situation where they secure their life and the life of those closest to them with business deals and entrepreneurial ventures. So they take out the enemy in a very vicious and morally and ethically questionable manner, and they replace the pre-existing situation with a new path, a new trajectory. They clear the way, and they start creating new ideas and new business plans in order to solidify a new type of environment that everyone can coexist in. And the Two of Swords has different meanings, and in this case it is about solidifying peace and or a stalemate, but a cease to any further conflict. And this is done in order to build up financial foundations. And at the same time, these individuals, this Knight of Swords and this King of Swords, are going to remain armed at all times, because there is still a risk of a relapse or conflict reemerging in the future. And I believe I did a reading that ended with the Ace of Swords again, but for now we are reaching a stalemate and or peace. And the King of Swords and Knight of Swords will be armed and ready. But the triple entente always has the potential to regroup. So if this reading pertains to you today and you are a victim of external forces working against you, fear not, help is on the way. However, this help is very powerful and they write the rules. And that is your reading with Madame Charcagne. If you'd like to know the last part of the reading, which I believe this pertains to, I see this as an international political situation whereby an ally has been severely attacked by multiple countries or organizations that are affiliated with multiple countries. As a result, the King of Swords, which would be the most recognized leader abroad or globally or domestically, such as Trump, would be sending out his brigades, his militias, in order to rectify this situation and avenge an ally that is important to our ventures abroad. And establishing peace would be around business lines. Peace can be met in order to secure new financial ventures and hold on to what still exists, yet armament still may be in the cards after this matter is resolved temporarily. And that is your reading with Madame Charcagne. I'm in a really good mood today. Hopefully somebody watches this, because I put a lot of effort into these readings. I handpick all my cards and I really enjoy doing these readings. Okay, God bless.